Look, I feel like I would be a supporter of this film regardless of my opinions on the actual film's quality. This is mainly because of its director. Kane Parsons is 20 years old. And the fact that he's able to make a film of this scale and with this kind of studio support is absolutely incredible. It is a sign toward Hollywood that new voices exist and that they can succeed. So, as long as this movie made money and was a worthwhile venture by A24 just on a financial level, I would have been happy. Luckily, I really enjoyed this film. Backrooms successfully transforms one of the internet's new most famous horror concepts into a tense and visually unsettling feature film. Rather than relying on cheap jump scares, I mean, it does have some jump scares, but the movie embraces psychological dread first and foremost, trapping both its characters and the audience within an endless maze of fluorescent lit hallways, empty off spaces, and impossible architecture. The film's greatest strength is definitely its atmosphere. Kane Parsons understands what made his original online phenomenon so effective. Fear of being lost in a place that feels familiar, yet deeply wrong, and like you're losing your goddamn mind. Every room seems to stretch forever, and every corner suggests something terrible is waiting just out of sight. I think this is mainly due to the production, the fact that they were able to build so much of the back rooms physically allows for the type of shots that just wouldn't work the same if it was digitally extended. The sound design is particularly impressive, turning the constant hum of lights and distant echoes from further on in the backrooms into a major source of anxiety throughout the film. This film is so much about what you cannot see as much as it is about the horror that you can see. And the performances are solid throughout, grounding the supernatural elements with very believable human reactions. This must have been a really strange filming experience for the entire cast, as so much of the horror is delivered through just the framing and sound design, which I don't think would have been available to them while they were filming. So it must have been a very imaginative acting experience. But what I love about this film is that it manages to keep itself together. So much of the horror here relies on weird shit. There's a lot of strange and unexplained things in this movie, and I love that. I wish that more of it actually had been left unexplained, but I still enjoyed myself thoroughly. Visually, the movie is fantastic. The cinematography captures both the scale and claustrophobia of the environment and created images that are simultaneously very technically beautiful but deeply eerie. The creature designs are used sparingly, allowing the suspense to build before revealing the ultimate horrors that are lurking in the backrooms. The creature design is really good when you don't see that much of it. That's why, for many reasons, the actual stuff that is shot on like camcorder video is by far the scariest parts of the movie. Once you actually see the monsters with like professional high depth cameras, part of it doesn't work as well, but it still works, just not it's not as scary. And I love a scary movie that makes me feel really terrible by the end. I don't want a horror movie to make me have fun. I want to feel like garbage. That's the problem I had with Weapons. It didn't end with me feeling terrible, but this movie gave me what I was asking for. There are two or three really all time scares in this movie that I'm going to be thinking about for a while. Really A plus horror. Overall, Backrooms is the rare internet inspired adaptation that really understands its source material. I think mainly because they got the dude who made it to make the thing. But it also expands it very much so for a feature film, adds things that you couldn't do with just an internet production. It definitely isn't going to satisfy everyone, especially people who are looking forward to a straightforward horror film. But people who appreciate atmosphere, mystery, and psychological tension will definitely find plenty to enjoy.